Like, oh my god, the amount of people who are just like, I want DTAS back. I want it back. Even though DTAS, I don't know if you've ever looked at DTAS before, it's code or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like, I don't know much about coding, but it's terrible.
Yeah. Alright, well, regardless, I mean, that's just internal drama. Let's go ahead and focus on the operation here. So, it is going to be a Blue 4 versus Op 4. Blue 4 attacking with 10% number advantage. An attack helicopter in the form of a... Wow, sorry, I stuttered. I noticed what the FV510 was. Wow. But anyway, it's an armed little bird with a GAU 19 50 cal chain gun, and the FV510 is a freaking warrior. Awesome. Well then, they get an AP. Technically, that would be an IFV as well. I mean, that's one of those gray area items. Not for they've got a really nice fortified area here, but my god, what the hell do they have to counter a damn warrior? I guess we'll break it down. I'm going to do defenders first, but do you want to read the background for the scenario, Dream?
Yes, I shall.
Go for it.
In an alternative universe, Russia takes over the USA in 1983. Sorry. Oh, God. The United Kingdom has set up arms to remove the Russian presence from the country. So far, the United Kingdom has pushed the Russians back to a military compound in Yellowstone National Park. Inside, there are information caches which have been scouted by English scouting unit. Once hacked, the information would provide vital intelligence for the recapture of the United States of America.
Sparky.
Area of operations. The area has been built up almost from the ground up. Notes, the Warrior has been re-scripted to have an M2 instead of an autocannon.
Robbery.
Mission rules. Only Blue 4 X-ray is allowed to spawn at the alternative spawn at safe start.
Yeah, which is to the north. Anyway, game mode's going to be uplink. There's 3 terminals down. Both sides know exactly where they are. They're illustrated by... We actually don't see them from our interface, but they're on the map as Terminal 1, 2, and 3. Looking back at the document here, hack time is 90 seconds, so once a Blue 4 member interacts with it, Op 4 have 90 seconds to go and stop it. And I'm pretty sure for the standard uplink game mode, it only pauses the timer, it doesn't reset it. If it was the rush uplink, then it would reset it. So, otherwise, mission variables, view distance only going to be up to 680 meters here. It's blank for magnified optics, and NVG equipment is set to yes. So I'm trying to look at the players here. I'm not seeing any magnified optics on them. So I think it's going to be a no for magnified optics, but everyone does have a pair of NVGs. Interesting. Otherwise, going over no other mission variables other than, only 60 points for the defenders, but standard is 125 for Ace Fortify, but I think that's also because they have this massive custom fortified base built up on the prison site, as it's called, on the map by default, which they've partially blanked out in Yellowstone. But going over, looking at the map settings real quick, looks like Blue 4 are going to get 2 rounds of AT per AT gunner and assistant, so 4 rounds per fire team. Blue 4, however, are going to get 4 rounds per, and then 2 HE. So that means they're going to have, per fire team, 8 rounds of AT and 4 rounds of HE, which I guess makes sense because of all the armor you have on Blue 4 today. But I'm surprised we're not seeing anything heavier normally because of balance like this. But I'm actually happy to see that as well. It's going to put more of a reliance on the AT soldiers. But otherwise, we're going to go down to Op 4 first because they're defending. We've got that new setup for all of the units here. So the difference between platoon leader, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, IR strobe, which is basically the same as the grenadier, except he gets hunt IR rounds, which are GL rounds you can fire in the sky, and they turn to little cameras as they parachute back to the ground. But you got machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, which can do explosive stuff, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank, 1 and 2, because you can divide the type of AT. So, you know, half of them get one, half of them get another, but that is fine. Recon infantry for the scouts, recon infantry suppressed, so these are the 2 players that got the suppressed weaponry. Designated marksman looks like that's going to be an SVD. That's the whole reason I look at this list, so I can see that one rifle because it's not part of the loadout itself. Sniper, That better not be a freaking Mosin, but we're going to check in a second. And then your crew kits, and then your pilots, the medic, and then the base infantry kit, which doesn't really matter. All right, loadouts. We're going to have AK-74s across the board, RPK-74s, PKMs, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. It is a freaking railed Mosin Nagant for the damn sniper. I don't get...
Woo!
I'd rather be a marksman with a freaking SVD at that point. I mean, that's just me personally. Yes, if you want to play as an individual Centaur player for the next round, I'm pretty sure we'll have space because the max cap for the server is 124, and we're only at about 115
if you asked
right
last
now.
Week, no.
Yeah, last week we were actually full. But then the suppressed shooters got a choice of 45-round magazines for an AKS or an AS-Val with 20-round magazines. Based off of what I've seen, I always say go for the AKS, even in CQC, where the AS-Val is supposed to do well, because I've seen the AS-Val in CQC and Friday Night Fights, and for whatever reason, it just seems to drop the ball every time. And then I'll see times where it completely kicks ass, so I just considered the AS-Val a wild card. Oh my god.
What?
We get the choice in crew and aviation between the AKS-74 and the AKS-74. You weren't here last week to see how significant that was. It really made a difference.
Did it actually?
Yeah, oh my gosh, definitely. Anyway, CSW for crew served weapons. Alpha gets a mortar. The mortar, I believe, has like 12 HE rounds. It had the breakdown in the mission description as we were loading in, but I noticed it was, they put the HE rounds, then smokes, then flares. And all three of those values were over 10, so that's nice to see. But otherwise, assets, 2 BTR-80s, normal stuff with the smoke gen, BRDM, 2 unarmed, UAZs, 2 static cords. I forgot to put those in the mission command, that's fine. And then a UAZ Dishka, which is great for counter raiding. Going over and looking at Blue 4 here. Let's just break them down on the roster. I don't have to actually look at them. They don't have the new uniform breakdown, so we'll have to actually hunt down what a marksman's utilizing, but they're British, so they're getting FNFAs with Colt carbines, Brens, FN mags, M72 laws, sniper for recon gets the M24, and then they get the 2 suppressed shooters get the choice of the Mark 14 or the M3A1. Not gonna lie, for CQC, the M3A1 would actually be pretty good, but because of this AO, I think it would be better if they had the suppressed Mark 14 as a battle rifle instead with that 7.62 by 51 NATO. It's just a nice caliber to rock. But otherwise, yeah?
I'm not surprised the British are coming to America's aid once again.
I see. And why is that, Dream?
Because they got fucked by Russia.
I see.
Woo.
Crew and aviation get the choice between a Sterling or Colt carbine as well. Nothing in the crew served weapons for them. Assets, they get a freaking FV510 Warrior that has been rescripted to fire. Wow. Only 200 rounds of M2. Wow. Oh, that's pathetic. Only 200 rounds of M2 and only 200 rounds of PKT 762.
Yo,
oh, that's horrible.
Cool vehicles, except
that's horrible. Now watch this. If I just skip down to the M2 little bird, I mean, they get 999 rounds of smoke gen and then 1,500 rounds between 15 mags for their M2.
The thing is, what it is now is the little bird is now much better than that big fucking chopper because, you know, what's the point? Like, the little bird now has its speed on it.
Little bird now, they're equipping it with 650 rounds for the GAU 19, so that's a 12.7 chain gun. That thing can snipe BTRs pretty well, so we'll probably see it go back and forth. And with the lack of AA, we're just going to have to see if Op4 positions their cords well enough to actually engage the little bird properly. But we'll see who the pilot is, and that will bias.
Who is the pilot?
It's Pierce and Arcane.
Oh, okay. No, Pierce.
Pierce is pretty good. Pierce is pretty good. Not the best, I'd say, but he is on the top tier, I'd say.
Yeah.
If that was Greg Legs, then I'd put money on Blue 4 immediately. G Legs, I don't know how, but
I know exactly where Greg is.
Yeah, we'll look at the roster in a second. But anyway, 2 M2 Humvees, 2 M240 Humvees, which did they get unwritten? I don't see the 240 Humvees that is said in the breakdown, so I guess they did. Some transport trucks, 3 MRZRs for recon. But neat. Otherwise, that is that for the weapon breakdown. I'm going to quickly go over to Blue 4 as the attackers. I'm going to just kind of look around. No, we'll do unit breakdown, and then when I get to the first fire team, I'll look for it. But Oddball is going to be commanding. What do you know about Oddball commanding?
I know he's done it a few times. I think. Yeah, he's done it a few times. He has Jack 0800, who also has done it quite a few times. So I think, coming together with their like penultimate skill, I think Oddball's a pretty good commander. I honestly can't remember. I know Jack has done some pretty decent things, but I don't know if Jack actually has a win notched on.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting because either way, Oddball is pretty much a new commander. So.
Yeah, so we'll see who the Op4 commander is, but that is important to note. If we have a more experienced commander on Op4's side, that could be play against Blue 4 here, but Op4 doesn't really have much to do in terms of defense, and I'll break down how to defend that AO. And these guys should know how to defend that AO, because we had an AO, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago, which was the same thing. It just included the hilltop up to the north as well, but we'll get to that. Ash is going to be leading X-Ray, Eric being the Blue 4 medic for that group, Rory being the M24 sniper, Banks being the 2IC for the group, and then we got Tackleberry and 2600 being the suppressed shooters. 2600 is going to go for the grease gun. Not what I would recommend here, but hey, let's see if he's able to rock that, because it's got some pretty significant drop-off range, similar to the AS Val. It looks like Tackleberry is going to go for the suppressed Mark 14 battle rifle, which again is what I would recommend for this specific scenario. Otherwise, we have Alexa. That's cute.
Alexa
off. Anyway, got Esco as the 2IC, Doki as the AT guy, Benjamin, Pavlok, so Alpha has basically all merged to form a large squad between the two fire teams. So Tomek, Bogdan, Aegean, Lurch, Wolfer, Baki, and Korvac. A lot of those names are newer. So again, probably from one of the newer communities here. Looks like the marksman gets scoped M14s with bipods. So, in my opinion, they have a better gun than the actual recon sniper with a bolt action, but it's the same caliber between the marksman and the snipers, but I digress. Bravo going to be led by Azariah with Grav and Nebs in there as well. They're being a vehicle crew. Nemesis leading Bravo 1 with Scandi Recon members, Iander, Yanni, N1, Gabian, Malin, and Whiplash. Naf's leading Bravo 2 with Cullis, Cats, Fred, Dobbs, and Iceberg. Basically players you see always play with Scandi that aren't officially a part of Scandi, but still play with them nonetheless. Charlie HQ has Bert leading, and it looks like Charlie 1 and Charlie 2 merged. We've got multiple members of 1RW here with Newton, Barrett, Otto Visky, Wise, and Schneider. I don't mention all the 1RW names for redundancy. Maz, G-Legs, and Swola taking the Warrior. I'm going to be honest, I think the Warrior is just a bait vehicle here. It does not have a lot of ammo to work with. And they neutered the autocannon from it. So I don't understand
why they would take the autocannon out. We've had autocannons now.
I mean, we've been seeing autocannon play in the past. I think if they gave it an autocannon, though, they'd have to give Op4 something to counter it, like a tank.
Yeah.
Or, some form of better AT. But yeah, or give Op4 a helicopter in the first place, because Blue 4 has the air superiority here, which it's an interesting balance choice. I'll be curious to see how it goes. But again, G-Legs and Swallow with Maz in that Vic. And then you got G2, which is going to be a dedicated M2, M113 crew with Skipu, Steel, and Solopol. And then Pearson, Arcane flying the Little Bird. So not a bad roster there, but
it's quite interesting why. So the base of this mission, I know I'm being picky here, but I'm a picky person.
Yep.
The British came here to Yellowstone from England and have managed to just make it this deep into America without any
I mean, you're pulling at straws here because of map choice is very limited for the States, but you keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, Kiri is going to be leading Op4, so not one of the top season commanders playing on Op4 that I thought we might see. But Kiri, I mean, he's been also stepping up recently to lead, so I think this is a good mirror match between him and Oddball here. But he's got Tenderbaner and his 2IC, and then Falcon playing Platoon Medic, which I'm pretty sure he's going to use that as an excuse to just solo, but that's exactly how you want to play Falcon in this scenario, in my opinion. Kabaya is going to be leading the X-Ray team. He's got Lolo as the sniper. Revanche, I believe, is the 2IC, and then Seismo and Sam are both taking suppressed AS Vals. That shows me they're either going to play this incredibly aggressive on X-Ray, or they're just going to completely miss-micro themselves. 50-50 knowing how X-Ray's played. Otherwise, we got Vagrant leading Alpha HQ. They've merged Alpha, so it's all just one large group. We got Green Thumb Shy, Norris, who is, I think, taking one of the team lead roles, probably Alpha 1. Iqbal, Spiky, Pepit, Rovin, Kablooey Face, I always butcher his name. Skip, Dingo, Steve, Despo, Sayak, Sushi, Naders, Wolf, and Arcor. Big mixture of forces there. It's quite interesting. Bravo HQ has all merged. They're going to be led by DJ Vin with Professional new. We're already hearing gunshots going off. I think they're shooting out all the lights around here so they can fully utilize their NVGs. But going through the rest of the list here, Rastafari, Broken, Gamboju, Darup, Misbeer, Matura, Zymel, Kiko, and Tymek. You got Pepega Pirates with Charlie HQ with King leading. Again, they've merged their entire group, so we only see Charlie HQ. You got Coda, Vince, Sideways, Flux, Legal Action, Cake here, Arma Jesus, Tom, Guy Fury, Night Owl, and Michael. I think the Fearsome Foursome are all on tonight. Guy Fury, Arma Jesus, Legal, and King all together in Pepega. The Fearsome Foursome. Navy, Bar, and 30K taking one of the BTR 80s, and Olaf and Patriot taking the other BTR 80. I've noticed no one's taking the BRDM. No, it's being solo crewed by Tender, and he's going to put that up on an Overwatch position. Now, just to give a quick breakdown, and to answer some people in chat, Op 4 are Russians, Blue 4 are British. This is meant to be a Cold War-esque style scenario, I want to say, for the 1980s. But how you hold this AO, and we saw this done last time, is you have to have a garrison on the interior, but if you are able to hold the hills and hold the forests that control where the MSRs are coming up from, you can stall any attack force coming in pretty well. Now, the one bias we're going to see compared to this type of round we saw 2 weeks ago, give or take, is that Blue 4 is going to be attacking this AO with their entire force, whereas the last time this was played, Blue 4 split their force between attacking this AO and another objective that was up to the north. So I think with a full force, as long as they have whatever pincers they separate to attack the main AO, attack at the same time, I think they'll be able to overpower this main AO. If the Little Bird is utilized properly and takes out vehicles, I think it'll be fine. I don't really know what else Blue 4 Vix can do in this case other than supporting the infantry, but they're going to be pretty heavy targets because, again, Op 4 has so much AT per squad. Again, this number is doubled per the teams, and then 2 teams are in a squad. So if you multiply these numbers by 4, every squad has 16 RPG rounds and 8 HE rounds. And I think that is going to be one of the Achilles heels of Blue 4s. If they try to bunch up on the forest, we could see Op 4 just immediately switch to HE RPG spam and completely nullify Blue 4's advance.
Sam and Sisma may have already spotted Blue 4 X-Ray. They're heading off in that general direction.
So Blue 4 looks like they're splitting into some sort of pincer with their X-Ray team staging from the north. Op 4 have forces up to the north as well. That's their own X-Ray groups. We might see a first contact fight up on the northern side. Some forces getting within a few hundred meters of each other. And otherwise, I do like that Op 4 is putting their vehicles up on Overwatch positions on the hills, but they're a little far from the actual sector to be properly supporting. So I can't tell if they're being used as scouting assets, as traps, or what in all honesty. But you're seeing the Little Bird starting to get up over the AO. We do have the Pepega Pirates cord for Coda looking up at it. Got to remember, as soon as those cords fire, they give their positions away. So they're going to wait for that Little Bird to come in a bit lower. But you also have to remember that Little Bird is going to have a camera that Arcane is going to be utilizing to start scouting things out.
Yeah, I think that's what it would have done. I think they probably would have spotted most of the cords.
Now, for those of you that are new, this is Friday Night Fights. Every Friday, there are 6 rounds between 3 branches, 1 EU branch that starts at usually 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but because of the U.S. Daylight Savings Time change that happened last week that the rest of the world won't follow until, I believe, the 27th, it starts technically at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then the NA branch starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That one has not changed. Since we're technically in the EU branch, I'm just giving the local times to my time zone because I am US, and there's one of the cords firing. No, you're right, that is the Dishka UAZ.
It's a Dishka.
Yep, so it is technically a Dishka, that's my bad. I mean, both platforms have 50 rounds of 12.7 munition, so they're identically, well, not identically the same, but practically the same thing. I don't think Arcane has any thermals on that. I didn't even see him on night vision. on that camera mode. Otherwise, we would have seen the night vision or thermal mode. So he might be either limited to regular vision or he just doesn't want to use night vision. He's just trying to scout out what he can. But anyway, this isn't a tournament. How do I put it? It's not a tournament operation itself. It's a tournament style, but they shuffle the teams between all the communities. They have different types of game modes they do for actual tournament style play, but this is just kind of your I would say exhibition matches you have.
Standard F&F.
Yes, this is just what we do and how things are divided. I'm looking into ways to potentially change that in the future, but I am a spectator. And yes, I have heard that the daylight savings time in the United States might become a permanent change soon. I think it already passed in the Senate. Still has to go through the House for that sunshine saving bill. But anyway, that's politics. We don't talk about that. Ooh, so we got one of the BTRs now firing up at the chopper. Round's getting awfully close. Ooh, AT landed just short of that BTR.
Didn't realize.
No, we're starting to see some movement now, but they're not moving forward. Will there be a follow-up shot?
Is that there's Neb, so yeah, Eander's right. Yeah, it was Eander. It's a rare miss from Eander there. But it was close enough to know that it was Eander.
Definitely. So Vic's now gonna drive by. Humvee coming in to cut him off. That's an M2 Humvee. It's going to pull right up behind the BTR. That'll be able to take it out. Someone immediately getting killed off in the BTR. Checking my roster right now. Stand by. That was Navy.
The guy in the
commander seat. Gun turned around. It's now engaging. Humvee's slowing down. I think because the M2 ran out of ammo. And, yep, they're seeing a fresh box being loaded in it. But they didn't want to keep pursuing because it started firing back at him. You see more rounds going. That driver's not going to be able to see past that tree branch, though.
That was a very, very interesting rush here from Red 4. They just decided to drop everything and just push outwards.
Interesting call. Meanwhile, looking up to the north, we do have both groups of suppressed shooters from X-Ray getting close to each other. I can't tell. I think Op4 knows Blue 4 is around because we see both of the suppressed shooters coming up north. But Blue 4 is trying to push around here.
With good and fun Arma streams. Yeah, totally worth the money. Also Sergeant now.
Oh, Pierce disconnected.
I think it's Sergeant.
Righto, Spartan. Yes, that does get you a Sergeant badge. Thanks so much for your support. Hope you can join the operations, my friend. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So he crashed out. Arking's going to take control.
Yeah, but now he loses the camera.
That's an interesting development. Again, I don't think they really need to do a large level of recon. They already recon things out. They would have already started marking stuff down.
X-ray force.
Really, you're just going to see that little bird start changing to do attack runs later on, because Blue 4, I mean, we've got a wedge coming in of one squad. We got a line formation on another squad. Bravo's sweeping up on the mountainous areas to the east, but I could potentially see this screwing up if Alpha and Charlie attack before Bravo's ready. You could see those HE rounds and Op4's mortar tear apart the southern offensive, and then whatever they have remaining tear apart the eastern offensive. So again, I think it's really important that Blue 4 attacks this AO with all of their forces combined. Otherwise, they're not... How do I put it? They're potentially going to get themselves defeated in detail here. And thus, Op4 is going to be able to repel both attacks individually compared to if all the attacks attacked at once. Yeah, so Op4 knows the two guys for Blue 4 are up there. You got the marksman overwatching, looking right at one of them.
Yeah,
he's trying to guide the ASVAL gunners up there.
Red 4 X-ray guys are sandwiched between X-ray right now. They managed to bypass each other pretty well here.
Lolo is sighted on one of these two Blue 4 guys. I just don't know who. We got more large caliber rounds going up to that little bird. That's the BRDM and the UAZ firing up at it. So two things at 12.7. Little bird has to be careful because a few good hits of that will knock the little bird out.
Ooh, that second gunner spray is getting real close.
Yeah, he's properly leading. But I don't think it did any significant damage, unfortunately.
No, no.
Yeah,
beeps.
he's still leading. Lost a bit of the lead. Oh, no, he just got a few hits. Now it's just...
Falcon.
Yep. We're seeing some light ups too when it gets hit as well. But no significant damage. Little bit coming low. Is it trying an attack run or is it a dagger cut? Looks like just a dagger cut, but it's got to be careful because Op4 is doing a great job of trying to lead these shots.
I didn't realize how close Blue 4 had got.
Yeah, no, they're on top of this position. I'm a little worried, but now we're starting to see Blue 4 firing GLs off. AT firing up. Knocks out one of the M2 M113s. It went up unsupported, and that was the entirety of Gamma 2 taken out.
Damn.
Crew, thanks for the 8-month resub, my man. Oh, Crust, excuse me. Crust85.
Well, I was
How are
about
you
to
doing,
say
my man? Thank you so much for... Nah, they're not alive anymore. Thank you so much for the 8-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Can you revoke your vote? Nah. I love how Blue 4, they've snuck their 4 guys around. They're right next to where Op 4's forces are. I just don't think they've realized it. Night vision's a bitch. But yeah, no, I think X-Ray is just going to fight themselves there. We're starting to see mortar flyers going off. Heavy caliber rounds now going into Charlie here.
That was a mortar flare?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Wait, that means they're very, very accurately ranged.
Yeah, which is great because now if they switch to HE, they'll be fine. Meanwhile, I'm seeing Op4, they have a line of people under Alpha HQ engaging with the entirety of Bravo to the northeast. That's going to delay that attack run. So now if Op4 wants to focus on putting HE rounds down on Blue 4 Southern attack, they can. This is a good position for Op4 here, though. Little Bird coming in, trying to spray down the BRDM.
I think, did the mortar just fire?
Yes, it did. I heard the explosion. It was far, though. Really far to the south.
Come on.
X-Ray engaging each other.
I don't know.
So the Blue 4 X-Ray guys started engaging. They took out one of the Op 4 gunners. Just took out another Op 4 gunner. I think that's their sniper down. They only got one guy left right here. I think Blue 4 is going to decisively win this fight because those 2 AS-Val gunners up to the north are completely out of position for Op 4. Op 4, that 4-man blocking team is getting flanked by 2 pincers of Blue 4 Bravo.
Doing some real bad shots here.
Where's Green Thumb?
He's the mortar gunner.
Oh, yeah, way off, way off.
Ooh.
Range with flare rounds first.
That's what they did, and they were perfect.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's doing. These are... He's just not able to tell where they're going. I mean, use flare rounds and you'll see where they're going, but nah, if that mortar is going to be incredibly ineffective today. But yeah, no, Charlie's already taken quite a few losses, but they're the Overwatch team for Alpha to push in. Alpha's lost 2 guys as well. Again, that mortar... Yeah, they're not adjusting it at all. They're not properly page-upping that. Op4 still have a pretty significant chunk of forces watching over the west, too. They need to pull back and choose a different direction. You also have the Warrior firing from the MSR, trying to snipe.
Ooh, Golf 1.
Into positions here.
That was, Greg took out naders in that building. It was a really nice shot through the window.
Yep, we saw him firing at Vagrant, too. Vagrant's gotten down. He's being suppressed, so he can't utilize that cord. But no, Op4 is just... They, for whatever reason, do not know how to use page up and page up down on the mortars because they're constantly firing in the same spot. And they're not making any adjustments. So they're just completely wasting that. Maybe thinking the explosions are on target, but they're not.
Someone's having a chug. It's because someone tried to join with an editor prefuse.
That's cute.
I have no clue what that is, but... Oh, AOW.
Blue 4 have a bit of an opportunity. They've pulled back and regrouped their Alpha attack wave. Yeah, so even though Op4 doesn't have a lot of defenses here...
Charlie 1.
Yeah, the Overwatch team has been utterly picked off.
Just destroyed. Yanni's dead, Az is dead, Nebs is dead.
You gotta remember, we can see kill counts now. So Flux on 3 kills, Arma Jesus on 3 kills, the names I'm expecting. Tom on 2 kills, that's a new one. Falcon's on 2 kills. again, that's why you have to have all of your forces attack at the same time here, because if you start putting stuff unsupported with each other and you're fighting guys like Pepega, they will tear you apart. So even though Op4's mortar is not being effective for shit tonight, they're still able to be pretty effective here.
I have not seen this hotel one fire its gun once.
I'm really surprised that Arcane's still up with that little bird. He's doing a great job. Blue 4, meanwhile, they've pulled their 2 guys for X-Ray from the north, and the 2 AS Val gunners for Op4 are just completely lost. They haven't done any maneuvering.
Who's the last X-Ray guy alive? It's Kibaya.
Yeah, for Op4 close to that group, yeah. But they've been up there, so I think they're just completely lost at this point. So again, X-Ray being underutilized. What else is new?
Yeah, Mortar's been abandoned. Oof.
So now we have a BTR coming around on the north. Both BTRs are actually coming around on the southern side. They might try to flank the Warrior. I don't think this 14.5mm will be able to disable the Warrior, but they might be able to disable the gun and then shoot out the lower parts of the track and just have a mobility kill on it. They might also get behind some other infantry groups and take them out. So that's a great play by Op4 there.
Honestly, from what I've seen from the Warrior here, it must almost be out of ammo.
Oh yeah, with all the shooting it's done, because it only has 200 rounds of M2 between 2 100-round boxes, because they decided that was a good idea.
Give it 50 autocannon rounds.
Yeah, I don't know. Little Bird, meanwhile, we've seen it do a few gun runs. I'm going to look at Arcane. Hasn't gotten any kills yet. He is flying in the night, though, so it makes it a little bit tougher to spot stuff, but if he slows down, though, those Cords and other 12.7 guns and Dishkas will be able to pinsmeal his helicopter pretty hard. So he's doing a good level of caution. He's distracting a lot of forces. He's distracting a lot of the heavier guns. An asset like that is usually meant to primarily scout and draw fire. And then if you have a really good pilot, like G-Legs, then maybe you'll get a few kills, but
majority of the Red 4-4s on the actual site have not died.
Yep.
They have just kept strong, and I think Blue 4 have just been like precisionally wiped out at this point.
Looking up to the north, one of the AS Val gunners got sniped. You still have Kabaya moving around here. We got a wounded Blue 4 guy too, and he does have a kill, so he has been at least harassing X-Ray from flanking around on the northern side. More mortars going out, but again, they are completely overranged.
It was Rory. He died.
It was a flare round. You know, that might be why their mortars are off, because the flare detonates before it lands on the ground, so it falls on the ground from there. And I think they were arranging with the flare, but the flare, because it detonated early, didn't actually show them properly where the round would go. So smoke rounds would be better, but it's too dark to call for smoke rounds. They don't have anyone on the ridge to call out where those smoke rounds land. So that is my bad. I think they had the mortar range because we saw a flare round earlier that was completely on target, but it was because it fell early. Oh god, we have a Warrior charging one of the BTRs.
Who wins this fight?
Yeah, I don't think the BTR can penetrate in.
Yeah, and I don't think it can penetrate the BTR because it's firing with 7.62.
Amazing.
They don't have any M2 left. So this is just a battle of who can waste more ammo.
Oh, KPTV firing. I mean, that could disable the gun at the very least. Looks like, yeah, the Warrior's going for wheel shots here.
Why?
I don't know.
The Warrior should just run away to its forces and then
coordinate with AT, right? Yeah.
It's fucking chasing it.
Bravo, meanwhile, pushing in. We've got Grav leading with a few guys in the Humvee. Dingo coming around, trying to put a GL, but minimum det distance kicks off. Mortar now firing way left. Humvee doing a tactical flip. And might have just high-barred itself.
Oh my god.
It's a sit and duck. One of them getting out and immediately getting shot. Fred's throwing multiple explosive charges around.
Fred throws another charge.
Yeah, gets killed, but he might get Dingo with it. Gets Dingo with it. Yeah. Suicide charges. We got another one going off in the back. Was that an explosive trap?
Yeah.
Nice.
3 kills. Well, 2 downs, 1 kill. No, 4.
Steve has 2 kills right now, and he's in a building. So that was Steve's explosive trap. He was watching from the window.
Oh my god,
of this building.
If Marlon and Leander die, that's 4 kills.
That's 4 kills to an explosive trap. That is what I love seeing on these defensive objectives. The ingenuity at that level.
Oh, Hotel 1 down. It crashed. King lived, though. What?
Damn, he crashed right next to the offensive wave. He's going to be stuck bandaging, but yeah, no, I think Op4 have distinctively won this fight overall. Yeah. Blue 4 have over 50% casualties at this point, if not more, maybe around 60.
And the fucking thing
Mortar's
is
still, yeah, keeps misfiring, but...
He's still trying.
He is.
He's trying.
Got the Warrior now coming down.
God, here it comes. Please get just
I'm waiting to see who has AT.
Another GL. This, fuck me, man. What's going on?
I can't believe we saw the Humvee high bar itself like that.
And then Fred just throw 3 charges and then die.
I mean, he at least got 1 kill with that, which is pretty good. I mean, but what can you do in that situation when you get stuck like that after you flip?
Not rush the Humvee in? Or high bar it?
Look, I think rushing into an objective is a good call, but once you're that last attack wave coming in, it's a lost cause at that point, because all of your other support angles are screwed.
Roven for Red 4. He's on Alpha HQ.
Who?
Roven.
Yeah, he's on no kills, but now he's using the 50 cal. Because it was hand-delivered by Blue 4. Falcon, meanwhile, pushing. Throws a grenade onto Oddball's position. I think the wall's going to absorb that. Purton, meanwhile, running around. What's Falcon on in terms of kill count? Still 2. Purton could try to flank, though. But you're seeing marksman shots from Coda, knocking out the pilot. Coda's on 9 freaking kills.
Whoa, where's Coda?
He's next to the cord. That's, yeah, so of course it's Papega racking up the kill counts here. I was wondering who was picking off most of those guys, but with that PKP in this position, he was definitely picking off Op4's, Blue Force Charlie attack wave to the south. Falcon, did Falcon find, Falcon found Purton and took him out.
They just have no AT, don't they? Have to have at least 1 AT. Just someone doesn't want to approach.
Kick here with the RPK bandaging here. Blue 4 doing their best to medic up these 2 remaining guys. I mean, Falcon, if he were to come up, wipe these guys, there is a Moz on the ground. He could take that and then hit the Vic. We see some flares being fired in front of the Vic there. They're trying to fire 50 cal rounds into the Warrior, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Is Misfit trying? Oh no, Misfit's the only one I've seen with AT at the moment.
Yep.
And Dayrop is completely exposed to his location with the flare.
Meanwhile, all of Op4 X-Ray's dead, but Blue 4's down to 4 dudes on X-Ray's side there. And then we still have the remnants of Alpha Blue 4 coming up from the south, trying to regroup here, but I don't think it'll be enough. At this point, I don't see how Blue 4 can bounce back out of this, in all honesty. There's just way too many defenders. There's defenders with almost 10 kills on Op4's side that are still alive.
Golf 3, Red 4.
What is he doing? What? He's putting an explosive satchel!
No way.
He armed it.
And they haven't heard it. Oh, I love this.
What do you set the timer for?
I probably set it to a clacker.
Oh my god.
Do you know what?
The genius. Oddball pushing Falcon right now. Oddball caught in a reload. Falcon unable to get the kill. He does a quick reload. Oh, this is beautiful.
Throw it.
No, but he didn't want to risk them hearing the beefy. Falcon somehow not catching Oddball there. Did Oddball even get hit? No, he did a few times, but I guess Falcon didn't get any shots on the close thing. That was a little weird. Falcon, I guess, missed all those shots. Maybe it was over range. I don't know.
Throwing it is funnier. Because I did that once. Oh, Armor Jesus just dies. Okay, Armor Jesus is fucking dead.
Guy Fury coming around. The rest of that Alpha group is dead.
Oh, yeah, no, everyone's dead. It is literally just
when did they all get picked off, though?
Well, the Alpha group for
there was still like 5 of them to the south, and now they're all dead.
Well, for Red 4.
for Blue 4.
Oh, yeah.
There were still 5
dead.
of them alive when I checked a second ago.
Guy Fieri, Legal Action, Flux, and Arma Jesus, who died, were here, so...
Coda died on 9 kills. BTR is coming around, picking off the remaining Blue 4 dudes here. Ah, this is messy.
Jesus Christ. The fucking... is still firing. They are still firing the mortar. Look, you have to...
Ooh, great penetration kill by Olaf with the BTR. 80. And now they're also picking off remaining bodies here. Still trying to fire more rounds at KPTV. Cullish trying to crawl away. And he's not able to get away because that BTR just takes him out. It's up to the 4 guys on X-Ray.
They're still firing mortars. Look how far their flares have gone to the northeast. I think they learned how to use page up, but not page down.
Spectator.
Why can we never get like a good consistent mortar display?
I'm putting in spectator if they're gonna have admin call it, because X-Ray hasn't moved from the north. Like, I think there should be a 5-minute call at this point, because this is...
Nah, they normally don't do that, and it's weird. I don't know why they don't.
We've seen them do that in the past, though.
They don't do it anymore. They have a car. It's exactly. It doesn't make sense.
I want to argue that because it should be a 5-minute call at this point. Yes, they have a car, which means they can get there in the 5 minutes, but otherwise they're going to make everyone wait 25 minutes for them to basically set up their sniper and just plink at people for the next 25. It's over. You know what I mean? It's over. They don't even have their sniper still up, so unless we're going to see a rush play. I agree with Hardcore there. Yeah, let's see where the car goes, but if they drive off somewhere stupid with it. But that's the one thing I hate about rounds like these is when you have one group kind of that went out and about. Like, what are you going to do at that point? I don't know. Again, we saw Op4 survive a single attack from the south, repel that. They had a 4-man team defending against the northeastern attack, which stopped that attack from coming in. And then Blue 4 basically did one attack wave, lost, another attack wave, lost, counterattack, lost. And now X-Ray, who beat Op4 X-Ray, who are stuck in the north this entire time, are now coming down.
Jesus, Op4 just didn't budge.
No, they didn't, and I was really worried because their deployment was favoring the west and northwest a bit more, but they were able to at least use their overwatch position. I mean, Coda with 9 kills.
Look, most of the deaths...
Picking Charlie off. I mean, it was beautiful.
If you look at most of the deaths for Op4, majority of them are outside of the zone, where, like...
Yep.
So that their protection here was...
And right off the bat, you got Kabui firing up at the 4 Blue 4 guys coming down. So now I'm waiting to see Pepega Aggression go up there and just clean them up at this point. Squishy, honestly, personal preference. I mean, King of the Hill is always populated. Friday Night Fights is always well populated on Fridays. OFCRA is pretty good on Thursdays as well for slightly less players than FNF in the, anywhere from 70 to 90, even up to 100 range. If you want something smaller scale, Vanilla's Control Odessa or, those types of control objectives are also pretty fun. If you're looking for something more PvE, there's always Liberation or Antistasi or Invade and Annex servers. It's up to you, buddy. And no, this is... They're different every round. This was a 3-terminal defense, and Op4 just completely stomped. Normally, the operations aren't this one-sided. I think it was just Blue 4 had a really bad strategy for attack here. And Op4 was just too well entrenched. So despite Blue 4 having all of the, nice vehicles, they just didn't have enough to crew all of them, and it bit them in the ass. So now we're waiting for these 4 remaining guys to come in, but GG at this point. Alrighty. So we just have some downtime. How's everyone in chat doing? Falcon, I do not know how you didn't get oddball on that bout right there. Oddball and the other guys eventually got killed by a BTR that came around and just shot everyone in the back, but that was, your frames went to shit? Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so I think, again, my prediction for the mortar is the mortar was firing flares to properly range and then switched to HE, but the HE kept going. And that's why the mortars were out of off range there, because even I forgot that the mortars detonate before they actually land.
Charlie HQ.
They just picked off that one guy on the hill. We got 2 more coming around on the right flank. We got Flux and Legal Action coming up. I just want to do a quick math count real quick for Pepega on Charlie here.
Tackleberry has a BTR, Flux, and Legal Action.
Coda on 9, Vince with 2, so that's 11. Flux with 3, so that's 14. 15, 16 with Cake here. With Arma Jesus, it's 20. With Tom, 22. Guy Fury, 24. And then Night Owl and Michael didn't get anything. So Pepega, 24 kills in Charlie. I mean, that's substantial.
Yeah, well,
you did get satcheled. Oh, man.
Vision goggles for our warrior, so we had to get really close to see anything.
I also have a question. Did you only have 2 100-round belts?
Yeah, we ran out of ammo while
yeah.
shooting at the BTR.
Yeah. I saw that on the mission brief, and I thought that was...
You kept shooting at the BTR with 7.62.
With 7.62. What were you thinking there?
We were trying to pop the tires. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
BTR tires are horrible to pop.
Space just is a terminal game, but you can kill the entire squad on the...
position we were at, we killed at least 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, G-Leg's got 4 kills total, so not bad. But I think you should have been given more ammo, or your auto cannon for a few rounds at least.
Nice to
have proper night vision optics.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking through a little slit the entire time because the actual, was it the camera?
Yep.
It was just pitch black.
Great. Balance, everyone.
Or we're just wrapping this round up because
so Blue just lost their fucking.
Well, Arkane then took control and did some good gun runs. He drew a good amount of fire, but.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What happened to that Humvee right there?
Flux got taken out. Or no, Flux took the one guy out. Yeah, so the Humvee charged ahead, it flipped itself, rolled back over, and then high-barred itself.
And then Fred jumped out and threw a couple
everyone
charges.
got out, got annihilated. Fred started throwing charges, got a few kills, but he was also taken out. So it was just a very unfortunate spearhead.
Tackleberry versus the world.
I mean, he has the suppressed Mark 14. He has a kill. He could potentially sneak in and take Terminal 3, but I don't see him touching anything else. His one advantage right now is all of... Oh, no, he just got spotted by...
Run, Taco.
Michael, but Michael's now being shot at by friendlies. So can Michael get the kill before he's shot at by all of... Nope. He gets annihilated by his own team. Excellent.
Yeah, we got him.
Anyone outside of the perimeter is to be shot on sight, no exceptions. See, once they realize that he was a friendly... They're going to then question why he was shooting in the... I don't know.
No, none of them will realize he's a friendly.
Yeah.
The one thing in FNF is that if friendly fire happens, no one's going to know he's a friendly.
Hey, Maz, you're a mission dev, right? How can people in FNF PID... Oop, Tackle got his second kill.
It's called the DUI, the Dewey.
The Dewey?
The Dewey. You do it, and it's...
What does that do?
I see. Well, I mean, I was thinking more so if you open your map, you would see markers where everyone on your team was, right?
Yep.
So,
that exists.
you know, if you just open your map, you can see that there's an Op4 guy out there, and you're Op4, and you realize, oh, that's a friendly. I shouldn't shoot at him, right?
I thought that means shoot at them.
Right.
No, now you have to remember Liru Maz is a player as well.
You're right. I forgot. My
if you're
bad.
on blue and you see a blue marker, it means kill them, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
of course it does.
Yes, Maz, pat.
Ah, sorry to hear that, Phantom. It be like that
Will
sometimes.
Green Thumb, the man who missed every single mortar shot in existence, be the one to finish the game?
I think he saw him.
Yeah, I think he did. Honestly, Maz, can you get a baby version of the mortar? Because I just kind of want to see more. Like, can we just add the artillery computer? I just want to see like mortars actually hit their targets.
No.
Oh. Green Thumb's trying to. Oh! Tackle's on a one-man mission here.
Send in Goat Team 6.
I hope Green at least called that out to say, hey, there's a bad guy over here.
Yeah, his last word, and then he died.
100% just didn't say
Willow,
anything.
thanks for giving 2 subs out. If you got a sub from Willow, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, hope you all keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, well, he's got 15 minutes to do it.
Windows. He's got the gun to do it as well.
Yeah, the one taps. Okay, for a split second, I thought the body next to him had a javelin tube, and I realized no, it was just a knocked over light pole.
When javelins in FNF?
It's been a while, but they were in the past.
Yeah, when there was 1 BTR and 40 players on the server.
Right?
We need more javelins, it'll be funny.
Touch it, tackle. Why are you jumping on it, tackle?
Oh, his enhanced movement is the same button.
No,
Use the enter key then.
No.
The enter key, tackle.
Or the middle mouse button.
Or the middle mouse button, tackle. There we go.
Hey, now he's going to die. A horrible, painful death.
Everyone's swarming now.
Oh, look at Flux. Flux is just. Tackle, run. Leave the building.
Oh no.
Oh, and the BTR.
And he's gonna go on the rooftop. That's not a good idea.
Oh, I think. Oh no, I didn't see him. Flux frozen nade.
He shuts the door because he hears the grenades coming.
Shy might get killed by. Oh. Nades. There's just so many nades.
Keep throwing all of the nades. I'm waiting for some chucklehead to throw like an explosive satchel. Cake here coming in. And there it is, GG.
Oh,
We still.
did pretty well, though.
I think because Iander's bleeding out, but he was stabilized. Yeah. All right, there's the call.
Yeah, I'm just down the fucking
Yep,
nade.
right on, Mads. Good luck next round. So I think Pepega got 25 kills in total that round.
Yeah, Vega does a great job.
Hey, controversial. Pepega Pirates are now the best community in FNF.